started practices on Monday for soccer.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Gotten an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well. Providing
opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College Media Production House. Thanks for tuning in. Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Bulldog fans, connect with Adrian College TV on social media to be updated when we're broadcasting live, to see highlights, plays of the week, and much more. Adrian College Television is on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. ACTV's handle is at Adrian College TV on every form of social media. Thank you for tuning in and subscribing to the home of the Bulldogs, Adrian College TV.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
If there was one word I was going to use to describe the communication arts program at Adrian College, it would be unique. Students find themselves on the radio, in front of and behind the camera, and directing their own programs. Students learn in a personalized environment that sets them up for a world of opportunities. Are you ready for your moment in the limelight? Learn more about the Rush Communications Center and Adrian College's communications program by visiting adrian.edu today.
I'm Matt Kibbe, the current student body president here at Adrian College. I chose AC because the campus simply feels like home. Everywhere I go, I know the amenities are there to help me succeed and get to the next level in my career. If you want to see what Adrian College has to offer, you can schedule an in-person visit at adrian.edu/campus-visit.
Adrian College has dozens of athletics programs, and winning is a staple on our campus. We have the culture of winning in and out of the classroom. This is a place where young men and women grow into professionals for life. Are you interested in learning more about the Bulldog experience? Visit adrianbulldogs.com and the Recruit Me tab to be recruited to play your sport of choice today. If you have what it takes, you could be a Bulldog in no time.
Adrian College Television would like to give a big thank you to our sponsor, Carlton Lodge of Adrian. Carlton Lodge is sponsoring all ACTV broadcasts during the to 2022 school year. Located at 1629 West Maumee and Adrian, Carlton Lodge offers comfortable rooms and suites at affordable rates. There's also a heated indoor and outdoor pool, along with a 24-hour fitness center. Thank you for the continued support toward Adrian College Television.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College has once again been recognized for its commitment to engaged, experiential education by Colleges of Distinction, a one-of-a-kind guide for college-bound students. While higher education has changed over the past 20 years, Colleges of Distinction's selection process has stayed consistent in accepting only those that adhere to the 4 distinctions: engaged students, great teaching, vibrant community, and successful outcomes. Overlaid in the last few years have been a look into high-impact practices. They believe most critical to the student experience were the kinds of engaging experience that are found at Adrian College. To learn more, please visit adrian.edu.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students, as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.
The Adrian College Media Production House provides opportunities for students to learn and grow live on the airwaves, just like Matt Kibbe.
I've gotten a chance to create a relationship with coaches and teams and learn more from people instead of trying to teach myself something. Got an opportunity to expand my knowledge of sports, hone in on my skills as a broadcaster, and learn about equipment in different ways. You get more of a connection with professors as well.
Providing opportunities, growing leadership. The Adrian College.
Hello and welcome to Docking Stadium, your home of the Adrian College Bulldogs. My name is Anthony Ryder. Joining me today is Patrick Smith as we prepare for some Bulldogs lacrosse. The Bulldogs currently sit at 3-3 on the season, coming off a strong win last week versus Chatham University. But their opponents today are the undefeated Kenyon Owls, sitting at 5-0. And they should give the Bulldogs a pretty big challenge today. As I said, joining me today is Patrick Smith. Patrick, what should we expect for today's game?
So like you said, Anthony, Bulldogs coming in 3-3. It's kind of been a on and off year for the Bulldogs, a lot stronger of a schedule than they've seen in the past, but there's three things Adrian needs to look for today. That's winning at the face-off. Throughout the year so far, they've been struggling big time off of the X. With a 40% face-off percentage, they have Gino Capicchione, who's out today, Stephen Martin, and Nick Palumba, who's filling in from Max Leventis from last year, who was an outstanding performer for Adrian the past 4 years. The second key takeaway is limit turnovers for Adrian. We've seen it in the past. We've seen it multiple years in the past that Adrian's struggled huge with turnovers. They really need to slow things down and get control of the ball, which leads to my third one, run the offense. There's no winning in lacrosse. There's no scoring goals in lacrosse without being able to run the offense. So we're going to hear a lot from Brett Wetzel today called yellow, which means settle down, run your offense, and let's execute.
Yeah, and the Bulldogs, despite having that 3-3 record, have been very competitive in every game. Even their losses have come down very close scores. There haven't been any blowouts, as Adrian does lose the initial face-off here. But they've been a strong team all year. As you said, a stronger schedule, very strong out-of-conference schedule. But they've battled and they've competed, and they're sitting currently at 500.
Right, yeah. So Michael Jonas, who number 29 on attack for Adrian, leads the MIAA with 30 points. Right behind him is Sam Pusovic from Albion, but Michael Jonas is filling in for Chris French and Peyton Gash, who have been the two MIAA leaders the past 3 years. They just recently graduated. So Adrian, a young team, mostly sophomores. Michael Jonas is looking to take over for these next 3 years.
Yeah, as Kenyon works towards the goal, but it looks almost like a takeaway, but Kenyon retains possession here. And like you said, Adrian has been pretty good this year with the goal scoring. They actually have scored more goals this season than Kenyon. So they've been very strong offensively, but like you said, some of that defensive composure really needing to come out today for the Bulldogs for them to have a chance. Shot on goal and scored by Kenyon's number 29, that being Colin McCarthy, as Kenyon takes the 1-0 lead over the Adrian College Bulldogs. Kenyon as well having a pretty high scoring offense, having 66 goals through 5 games, 37 assists, averaging 13.2 goals per game. And as you can see there, just a well-placed shot that sneaks past the keeper.
Right, that was just simple ball movement that got the defense moving. That's the key to lacrosse nowadays. You just got to keep that ball spinning around in the circle, which confuses your defense a bunch, which that was just an easy one-finder and nice easy one-and-dump for Kenyon.
Yeah, have to just, as you said, that ball movement, just having the defense have a lot to take account for, right? Just having a lot of responsibilities. And Adrian, unfortunately, being on the receiving end of the goal there, as Kenyon wins possession back, and Adrian goes back right on the defensive side of the ball. Based off that first goal, what are we seeing from Adrian College? Where did they struggle? What led to that goal?
The key takeaways, the face-off. We've already seen it 2 times so far. They've lost it back-to-back times. That's been it all year so far. And right now, they just need to stand up on defense. They need to play strong, get these slides moving fast, which we're seeing right now, and just keeping composure. Because if they let Kenyon get too far out of this game, I don't think there's any way they can get back.
Yeah, and Adrian playing fairly good defensively. 28 seconds left on the shot clock for Kenyon as they move the ball around. Looking to be dangerous here. Shot on and scored again by Kenyon. Again, just another really placed low shot for them. Kenyon a very high goal-scoring team, and we've seen that early as we were just 2 minutes and 9 seconds into this game, and it's already a 2-0 game for the Bulldogs. Pat, what did you see there?
Yeah, so Rowan Golden, number 1 for Kenyon, just had too much time up top. Adrian didn't get there quick enough, and it was just honestly a beautifully placed shot. It was just a high bouncer that went on number 1 Ethan Krupp, and I don't think there's any stopping that.
Yeah, so there again, Adrian losing the third faceoff in a row, and you mentioned before the game, how important that would be as they get a shot on. That one is blocked and saved, and I believe will go to Kenyon possession. But you spoke earlier about the faceoffs and winning that and how important that is. As a former lacrosse player yourself, how important is it to just gain that early possession, win that faceoff, and kind of get off on the right foot offensively?
I mean, it's all about momentum. Like Kenyon right now, they have it all. And in lacrosse, you want to have that ball as much as you can because with that shot clock, you got 80 seconds. So to win that faceoff is everything. It either turns into a transition where you have numbers to push it and get a fast, easy goal, or you can just settle down, which Adrian needs.
Yeah. A good defensive play there as I think it goes off the stick of number 19, Cameron Reed for Adrian, but it will remain Kenyon ball as they put it in bounds. 30 seconds on the shot clock as they work their way around the field. Adrian has been very much on the defensive side. They have not actually held possession yet in this game, as Kenyon, as you mentioned before the game, is a very strong team. They score a lot of goals. They have really good ball movement, as you said, really good at placing shots as we've seen early. And Adrian, as you said, kind of just needs to calm down, play well defensively as they win the ball back there and actually regain their first possession of the game, that being number 17, A.J. Hayes. And they're going to work their way up the field now. Now, what do the Adrian College Bulldogs have to do on offense now?
Slow it down. We'll see what they do, and they're going to do that exactly. Good control by them. They just need to work the ball around, use that 80 seconds. Try to get it down as much as you can. Get all these dodges up the alley. I know they're going to work a lot from Michael Jonas, number 29, as I mentioned earlier. Oh.
And that's a goal for Adrian, getting right back on the board, fighting back to a 2-1, I believe, as Adrian is going to cut the Kenyon lead in half. I'm not exactly sure who scored that goal. Did you see who it was?
I think it was number 2, Trenton Garcia.
Up top, yeah.
Excuse me, number 16, Brett Kochenis, the senior out of Grand Rapids, Michigan.
Yeah, and as you said, exactly what they did, right? They slowed it down, they played their game, and they cut this lead in half. Now they have a little bit of that momentum, like you talked about earlier, so important, and they're going to keep working forward.
I thought Jonas was initially just going to force it inside. I think that was his intention, and it got tipped. Here's a fast break.
And Kenyon is going to score a third goal, gaining that momentum right back and going up by 2 goals yet again. We are under 5 minutes into this game, and we've already seen 4 goals in total. I think we're in for a pretty high-scoring game. Both of these teams averaging well over 10 points a game, and at this rate, I think we're going to see that pretty clearly.
Right, and back to the face-off, that was just a nice easy beat on Nick Palumba there that just had numbers where it was a 4-on-3 situation and just an easy pass, and a shot, which is hard to stop in the game of lacrosse. And here we go with another face-off win by Kenyon.
Yeah, Adrian really struggling with that face-off, giving Kenyon so many opportunities to go forward. As you said, that face-off being so important for momentum, so important for gaining that possession and working your way up the field, that if you can't do that, it's going to be very hard to win any game of lacrosse, especially one versus a team as good as Kenyon is. Adrian, though, making a stand defensively, fighting for that ball, as it is going to travel out of bounds, but will remain Kenyon possession for the moment. 51 seconds remaining on the clock as it starts moving again. Kenyon working their way around the goal. As you said, they've done pretty much what you thought Adrian should have done, right? They've kept their composure. They've played slowly. They've played pretty methodically, chosen the right opportunities to take shots. I think Adrian just needs to stay composed on defense, hopefully win one of these back, as that one does go out of bounds and will remain Kenyon possession as well. But at this point, Adrian just needs to get their composure back, right? You talked about slowing things down. Hopefully you win a couple defensive possessions here, as in front of net, it does find the way in, unfortunately, that being number 3, Jake Griffey.
And that was just beautiful. I don't know if we're gonna get the instant replay right here. It's just a simple split dodge to the right, try to force it inside, lucky bounce, got it to him, and it was just a beautiful behind-the-back shot. A lot of players nowadays are starting to do that, and it's a sight to see.
Yeah, one of those plays that involves a little bit of luck, a little bit of skill, and, sometimes it works and looks great, and sometimes it doesn't quite go your way. That time, ball bouncing in favor of the Kenyon Owls as they gain possession back again, and they're going to be back on the attack. Adrian now down 3 goals, down 4-1, about 9 minutes, 40 seconds left in this period, in this quarter. What do they need to do? How do they slow this game down? How do they pull momentum back?
So they need to get possession. And that starts off with a face-off like we've been saying this entire game so far. So what they're going to need to do is try to change up what they're doing on the wings off of the face-off. That's either pushing their defenders outside of the wing so they get more in front of it, and then they can cut off whoever's winning that face-off there and beat them to get a double team and stop the ball.
Yeah, and a really good save there by the Adrian keeper, Ethan Krupp, as the Bulldogs are now going to work their way up the field. And on their only real sole possession of the game, they did score, but unfortunately they're turning it over. But I think that the goalkeeping is going to have to step up a little bit. They're going to have to make quite a few saves, it seems like, to get that possession back for the Bulldogs. And the Bulldogs cannot turn the ball over like they just did. They need to capitalize on just about every possession at this point to get back in the game. And it's early, right? We're still in the first quarter, still have 8 minutes left in the first quarter, but Adrian is kind of on the back pedal right now. They are, kind of on their toes. They are down by 3 against a very good Kenyon team, and they're going to need all the opportunities they can. So turnovers are going to really hurt them here. About 50 seconds left on the shot clock for Kenyon.
Right. When they get the ball in the offense, the Bulldogs, Kenyon's got a very, very young goalkeeper in the net, Adam Hall, a freshman out of East Grand Rapids, Michigan. And here's a chance for Trenton Garcia to push a transition.
Good takeaway there as they work their way into the attacking third, as they work themselves behind the net and get themselves in position to hopefully capitalize and get right back in this game once again, cutting the lead in half. But for now, they hold possession on the right side of the field, working their way forward behind the net, just staying patient, not forcing it anywhere. Good ball movement here by the Bulldogs as they work to the opposite side of the field. Shot on, and I believe missed, but will retain the Adrian College possession.
Yeah, Trent Garcia just beat his man down the alley and just had not the best angle of a shot, but, they need shots. They need these chances. That's what they're doing so far.
Yeah, I mean, half chances, half shots are better than no shots, right? If you're getting it close to the goal, anything can happen, lucky bounce, whatever the case may be. But you need those shots. You need to get it on net. You need the keeper to stay ready. You need to keep testing the keeper over and over to get a chance on net as they work their way behind the net. Staying patient there is number 29 for Adrian, Michael Jonas.
There was a shot by Kochenis that just went stick side high on Hall.
And Kenyon will retain possession as they work their way up the defensive third. And Adrian will sub their midfield unit. Kenyon gaining possession on the Adrian College half, working their way forward. Looked for a moment like he was potentially going to go to goal, but does decide to check it down to a teammate. And they continue that great ball movement that we've talked about. They're going to stay patient, and they're going to test Adrian College. They're going to take this shot clock down to just about probably 20 seconds before they even attempt a shot. Adrian the last couple times has been much better. They've had some good defensive stands in the last couple possessions, and I think they're going to need another one here. Kenyon working their way around. Staying patient with 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Adrian playing pretty good team defense at this point, not allowing a good shot opportunity yet.
Adrian's having trouble finding their matchups they want on defense. They get him back settled finally.
15 seconds on the shot clock for Kenyon. The shot is on, and it just sneaks under the foot of Ethan Krupp. The 5th goal of the game here for the Kenyon Owls. Again, just a very well-placed shot, very strategic timing, very patient play by the Owls here.
Yeah, it's just a simple split to the right, and just went 5-hole in Krupp. Krupp's got to, I should say he's got to make that save. He got there in time. I think he just misplaced it a little too much and just bounced right in between his legs.
Yeah, unfortunate there for the goalie. I think that probably being the worst way to concede a goal is right between the legs. But Adrian, it looks like, didn't win the initial face-off.
We're going to get a loose ball foul.
And Kenyon gets possession back again. This is seeming to be a problem for the Adrian College Bulldogs. Their ability to win the face-off is not there right now. They're not winning it at the rate that they need to be winning it in order to get back in this game. As Kenyon scores another goal, that being number 2, Chase McCarty. But as a former lacrosse player, when you're kind of down in this momentum, right, you're down a couple goals, you're not really finding a whole lot on defense or from the face-off. How do you get back in this game? How do you settle down your face-off guy? How do you settle down your defense?
You just got to stay in your mindset that, all right, it's not 6-1. We're not down by 5. It's 0-0. That's how you should look at it in any game that you're down, no matter the sport. But I think for the face-off unit, they need to throw a little bit more pressure on there. Whether it's Nick Palumbo or Steven Martin on the face-off, they need to start tying up Kenyon, so then that allows time for the wingman to get into there.
Yeah, exactly. As Adrian here is about to take a timeout with just over 5 minutes left in the quarter, and we will see you after the break. Welcome back, everybody, to Docking Stadium, home of the Adrian College Bulldogs, for this contest between your Adrian College Bulldogs and the Kenyon Owls. We have 5 minutes and 21 seconds left in the first quarter here of play. As Kenyon leads 6-1, winning yet another face-off and going back on the attack versus the Bulldogs. And scoring again on a fast break being number 22, David Chintala. And the Owls are rolling at this point, going up 7-1, and Adrian just really struggling on the face-off here.
Right, we take a look at it here. Clean, easy win. Passes outside was attackman and finds the cutter, and that's kind of hard to stop because Cam Reed, number 19 for Adrian, is expecting that pass down on the other side. That's why he slid on over, which is allowing that backside to open up, and it's just an easy one fake and a goal.
Yeah, and again, Kenyon winning that face-off, and that's really where the Bulldogs have struggled today. That's, as you said, where everything starts is the face-off, and unless you can win that face-off, it's going to be really hard to work your way back into this game. Kenyon, 70 seconds on the shot clock, working their way around goal. As we've seen, they've been very good around the goal today, very high shot conversion percentage, already at 7 goals here in the first quarter. Looks like he slipped a little bit, and that could potentially give Adrian a little bit of life. Good save there by goalkeeper Ethan Krupp, and that is really what the Bulldogs needed. They needed a defensive stand. They needed something to go right on defense, and now they work their way into the offensive third.
Right, they're going to need a settle right here. I know they're on these clears, they're kind of freaking out a little bit. Kenyon's throwing a lot of pressure, and I know Adrian does not like that, but they just need to settle things down, get their middies on right now, and get their offense running.
Yeah, and as you talked about, slow the game down, take advantage of those 60 seconds you get on the shot clock, take advantage of the time that you have, right? Get your midfielders on the field, get your playmakers on the field, your goal scorers, and take your time. Don't rush it, don't force anything, because you have enough time to go make plays, as it looks like the shot was attempted there but didn't quite get off the stick, as number 44 Bowen Sparks had possession. And Adrian retains it with 51 seconds remaining on the shot clock. Looking for an opportunity to get the shot off, but decides to go behind the net. Adrian working their way towards the goal. Shot doesn't quite get off the stick there, and Kenyon is going to gain possession back.
See, this is what Adrian should not be doing. They're just getting 1 to 2 passes in per possession and then just trying to make a dodge and shooting it. You got to work the ball around at least 2 to 3 times. Get everybody some touches. Get your middies working up top and dodging for these easy pass re-dodge, which opens up the defenders in order for you to get shots. And they're not doing that right now, which they need to start.
Yeah, and we're seeing Kenyon do that a lot. They're working the ball all over the field against the Adrian defense. It's giving them a lot to look at. They have to cover 5, 6 players for 60 seconds. And as we're seeing, eventually one of these players is getting open and finding an opportunity on net. And like you said, Adrian's getting 1, 2, maybe 3 passes at a time and trying to force it onto the net. And that just doesn't work. It just isn't going the Adrian College way. And now they're right back on defense, forcing to make another crucial stop. As that one goes off the crossbar. A little bit of luck there from the goalkeeper, but it looks like he had it covered. And Kenyon will retain possession as the clock resets to 60. They work their way up around the 35-yard line and start working towards goal. Decide to work behind it as Kenyon continues that really good ball movement that we've seen all day. Not forcing a shot, being extremely patient, finding the open guy. As the shot comes, and it is deflected away and will go and be an Adrian College possession. Good defensive stand there.
Right. That could have been a huge mistake on Adrian. They're just lucky that they just missed off on that pass. That number 3 for Kenyon, Jack Giffrey, was wide open on the backside, cutting in front of the net, and we're just lucky that they just missed on that pass, went too high.
Yeah, potentially a point of momentum to help swing this game along as Adrian works their way into their offensive third as they stay behind the net. But as you said earlier, not really doing a whole lot of the passing, right? You only are getting 2 or 3 passes, and players are holding onto the ball, trying to force that shot on goal. And you have 40 seconds. I mean, you have enough time to work the ball around 2 or 3 times. You have enough time to select your shot. And we'll see if Adrian can learn from their mistakes here.
Right, they're doing that right now.
Yeah, number 6 for Adrian, trying to work his way towards the goal as Adrian multiple passes around the goal. Like you said, learning from their mistakes and finding their way. If 17 seconds left to get a shot off.
Would have been a good look for Jonas. He had a man wide open backside as he had 2 on him, but just lost the ball.
And Adrian, unfortunately, losing position there as Kenyon is back on the attack. But Adrian, the last couple defensive possessions at least, has shown a little bit of life. They've played some strong defense. They've worked their way and won the ball back. And, you know, the one went off the crossbar, and as you said, a little bit of luck potentially not finding the final pass there for Kenyon their last time on offense. But Adrian having back-to-back possessions, winning that ball back, but they just haven't found their way into the back of the net with 30 seconds left in this first quarter. And we're sitting at 7-1, and Kenyon has all the momentum still. Shot on and saved right there by Ethan Krupp as Adrian looks to get back on it. And they fight, but Kenyon coming away with the possession as time winding down here. 8 seconds left. I would expect one more shot off as the Kenyon sideline counts them down. Shot looks like does get off, but is not going to find their way into the net. That is the end of the first quarter here at Docking Stadium. Score being 7 to the Kenyon Owls and 1 to the Adrian Bulldogs. Patrick, what did you see in that first quarter?
So Kenyon, obviously face off. They were just taking control the entire game, the entire first 15 minutes of the first period. And they're just working the ball around nice and easy, getting these dodges going and getting wide open opportunities, which is why they have 7 goals on the board. And for Adrian, they just need to start getting possession. That's why they're down by 6. Once they start doing that, they'll be fine.
Yeah, so we're going to take a short break in between quarters. Don't go anywhere as we will return after the break. Welcome back to Docking Stadium as we are set to kick off this second period of lacrosse here as the Adrian College Bulldogs take on the Kenyon Owls. After the first quarter, we sit at a 7-1 score in favor of the Kenyon Owls. And Patrick, what do you got to see here in the second half for Adrian?
They need to maintain the ball, get their offense running, and they should be fine on scoring goals. I know Kenyon's throwing a lot of pressure, which Adrian does not like. We're going to get a shot here and a save by Ethan Krupp. But going off to what I was just saying, they need to get this ball, which they're about to right here, and just work things. As I've been saying all day, they need to just slow down, play their type of game. Don't force anything inside. Don't get all these turnovers, getting all frantic. Just work around, play their game, and they should be getting back into this game at any point.
Exactly. And as you've been saying, just be patient, be selective. And it's a 4-quarter game, right? You're not done after this quarter. So if you can win the quarter, right, get a couple goals back, I think that Adrian would consider that a win. As Adrian works their way around the goal. About 42 seconds left on the shot clock here. They will work their way back behind and around the goalkeeper. A little bit better ball movement than maybe we were seeing in the first quarter here for Adrian, but a potential mistake and a turnover there for the Bulldogs as Kenyon takes possession back and works their way up the field. Shot on and shot in for the Owls, and a flag is going to fly as a late hit by the Bulldogs comes in after the Kenyon goal. And the refs are going to discuss what is happening, but it seemed that potentially a late hit came in.
Yeah, if we're looking at this replay right here, Austin Selvage just took too much time, didn't find the open Kochenis, and they just got pushed transition right there, and that was just an easy play for Kenyon. Adrian just got to keep that ball moving. Selvage was just standing too much, not moving that ball around, and which forced the pressure and for him to lose the ball.
Yeah, as you said, the ball needs to keep moving. You can't just stand there. You can't, give them easy opportunities like that. And when it's one-on-one opportunity with the goalkeeper, the striker is probably going to score most of the time there. Good effort there by Ethan Krupp, but unfortunately, in one-on-one situations, the goalie loses that more often than he wins. Kenyon, after scoring the goal, is going to get a free possession back.
I believe it might have been cross-checking on number 19, Cameron Reed, for Adrian right after the goal.
I believe you are correct, as Kenyon, I believe, attempted a shot, and it went off of the goalkeeper, Ethan Krupp.
Now on these man-up situations, you just got to move the ball around faster than you would on just an even playing field.
Good physical play there by Adrian, but Kenyon retains possession and unfortunately finds the back of the net, making it 9-1 for the Kenyon Owls over the Adrian College Bulldogs. We'll get a replay here. And as you can see, just very good ball movement, physical play there, but Kenyon retains possession, and Adrian a little bit disorganized, and the ball sneaks just past Ethan Krupp, the senior from Rossford, Ohio. And we're going to go back to the faceoff.
And from taking the faceoff for Adrian, they're putting in number 19, starting defenseman Cameron Reed. Try to switch things up here a little bit. Put a defensive pull on the faceoff guy to try to throw a little more pressure. As you can see, he's just hacking him. And see, it worked out. Cameron Reed scoops up the ground ball, and Adrian now has possession.
Yeah, good defensive adjustment there by Adrian. Finding somebody new to take the faceoff, somebody that's going to put a little more pressure on, somebody that's going to hopefully win the ball back. And as we've talked about all broadcast, winning that faceoff is so important that you need to find a way to win no matter what. That is going to be the key to your comeback attempt. And Cameron Reed doing a good job there winning it back. Adrian works, shoots, and I believe is saved, but will remain Adrian College ball as we get right back into it with 45 seconds and ticking on the shot clock. Adrian moving the ball around. Looking for a shot is number 31. He shoots, but a really good save there by the Kenyon keeper. Adrian fights for possession, but unfortunately unable to retain it. But they're playing physical down there. They're not letting Kenyon get any free runs. They're not letting him get free breakaways. They're playing physical in this second quarter, which is something we didn't see the whole time during the first.
Right. Lacrosse, all about ground balls also. I mean, we haven't seen a ton of scrums today just until then, but you know, winning ground balls, that's how you win games. You got to be physical out there. That's how you get possession.
Yeah, physicality, I think, element that the Bulldogs were lacking there in the first quarter, allowing a lot of shots, allowing a lot of time for Kenyon to find their opportunities. And I think Coach probably said something in between the quarters along the lines of, hey, they're too good to just give them all the time that they want. Go get in their face. Go be defensive and make a couple physical plays.
I think they're going to readjust the shot clock here. Push it back to 80 seconds. But going back to what you said about what Coach Wetzel said in between periods, I don't want to know what he said in between the quarters.
No, the specifics don't matter. It's more the overall message.
Right.
And it was probably along the lines of play a little more physical, play our game, slow down, be patient. You know, still have 3 quarters left to go, and, you know, just work your way back slowly. As Kenyon works their way into the attacking half, a little bit of a slip. I can speak for personal experience. That field is a little slippery this morning, this afternoon. But Kenyon right back up on the attack as they're moving the ball around. Adrian looking to gain some composure defensively, allowing 2 goals in the last 2 possessions by Kenyon, but playing, as I said, a little bit more physical lacrosse than what we saw in the first quarter. Looks like Kenyon is going to stay patient but choose their moment to come forward, in the pass just wide. And Adrian, with a good hustle play there by number 17, A.J. Hayes, is going to gain Adrian possession back.
Yeah, that was good pressure up top by number 43, Jack Messel. Just pushes defender as he was trying to get the pass off. Just went a little long, and then good heads-up play by A.J. Hayes to get over there.
Adrian back on the attack. Scored on their first attacking possession of the game, but yet to do that since. As you said, they've been a little impatient. They've been a little slow. They haven't quite moved the ball as well as you'd like to see. But they've been better on the last couple possessions, and we're going to see if they can keep improving and hopefully find their second goal of the game as they work their way back in front of goal. Shot on, but blocked before it ever threatened the goalie. Another shot on, and a good save there by number 35 of Kenyon, that being Adam Hall. As Adrian and Kenyon fight for it near midfield, and Kenyon is going to regain possession back. The midfield shifts for Adrian, and Kenyon goes back on the attack. Kenyon working their way forward, staying patient behind the net, just poking and prodding, trying to find the right opportunity to strike. And they're using all of the field, something Adrian really hasn't done a whole lot. When Adrian's on offense, it seems like it's 1 or 2 passes. They're staying pretty close to goal, while Kenyon's spreading out the entire field. I mean, they have guys all the way back at the 40-yard line, and they just have so much more space to cover the Adrian defense does, and it's causing them a lot of problems today.
Right, but for Kenyon right now, Adrian's throwing a lot of pressure than they usually do right now, which is why they're so spaced out. But like you said, on the offensive side for Adrian, they're playing a little tit-night group over here on the offensive side that, you know, they should probably space it out a little more, like you said, and get things working.
Yeah, 17 seconds left on the shot clock for Kenyon. Going to have to make a decision on the shot here pretty soon. They continue to work it around. 10 seconds left for an opportunity to get the ball on goal. Staying composed and patient with 3 seconds remaining. And they're not going to get it off, as possession will go back to Adrian with 80 seconds left and an opportunity to go get their second goal.
Right, I don't think number 43, Nathan Rizzella, realized how much time was left on that shot clock. He had his teammates screaming and counting down how much time was left, but I don't think he heard him.
Yeah, a little game awareness situation there. You always have to be aware of that shot clock and how much time you have left. Speaking of the shot clock, just under 60 seconds remaining for Adrian College in this possession as they work their way forward. And they find a pass behind the net. But as we talked about, Adrian shot on and saved there again by Adam Hall. But Adrian just needs to find a way to spread out. They need to make Kenyon work. They need to make Kenyon consider all the things that they have to do defensively, and they spread them out. They need to just, you know, as you said, better ball movement and just overall stay patient and find the right opportunity.
We're going to get a little invert here from Jake Coakley. Has the short stick on him. There's a shot.
Off the post.
I thought that might have went in for a second.
And right there, unlucky shot. I mean, Good ball placement, good opportunity. Great save there by Adrian College and Ethan Krupp as they go back on the attack. But last offensive possession, I mean, good shot, right? It got past the keeper, just unfortunately went off the post. A little bit of an unlucky bounce there for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, number 51, Joe Sikora for Kenyon. He had some wheels on him as he was cooking the Adrian midfielders and just beat everyone down there and got the transition going.
Adrian did win it back, though, and they are back on the attack. Looking to get a shot off.
They really need a goal here.
Yes, they do. Adrian retreating for the moment, finding a teammate behind goal. Drops the ball momentarily, but regains possession.
So this is what, right here, Michael Jonas, this is what he's best at. Working right next to the crease. Just try to force it into Alec Winiger. Just Kenyon got there fast enough, and they turned it over.
It is going to go out of bounds, and it is going to be a Kenyon possession as they are going to take it back. As you said, it felt like a goal was pretty crucial there. 6 minutes left. Well, 6 minutes, 20 seconds left in this second quarter. And Kenyon has the momentum, but hasn't had nearly as many goal-scoring opportunities in this quarter as the first. We saw 7-1 at the end of the first quarter, and they've only scored 2 goals coming in on 10 minutes in the second quarter. So defensively, Adrian has been a little bit better, but the offense has to come with the defense. You have to score those goals if you're getting the stops.
Right, I 100% agree with you. Adrian's defense has been playing a lot better this quarter. They're pressuring now more. Ethan Krupp is standing strong in the net. They're making slides faster. They're getting checks down. They're doing a lot more things right than they were in the first quarter, and it's good to see.
Yeah, but, as we said, the offense has to come with the defense. If your defense is going to make the stops, you as the offense have to score in order to get back in this game. And the defense is allowing that opportunity, as unfortunately there another goal is going to find the back of the net. But let's not take away from what the Bulldogs are doing well. Defensively, as you said, they've been doing pretty much everything at a higher level. As we get the replay here,
there's a lot of miscommunication between Adrian's defense on where their defenders. Riley Edwards just got a little caught up and was late to the slide there, and they just got the easy pass and shot right in front of the crease.
And we're going to see Cameron Reed take the faceoff for the second time. Last time did lose the faceoff, but made it pretty tough on the Kenyon faceoff player as well, being very physical and defensive. Again, not necessarily a clean win, but continuing to fight for that ball on the ground. But flags are going to fly.
I think we might be getting a slash here from Cam Reed.
They continue to fight for it, but we are going to see a stoppage. And we are going to see a slashing by number 19, Cam Reed. Just trying to be physical, make a play, win the ball back. Fortunately, didn't quite go the way he was hoping, and we'll spend a little bit of time in the penalty box.
Right, so for a defender with a long stick to take that face-off, the goal is just to put a lot more pressure on that face-off, man. It's not to really win the face-off right off the bat by beating him with the quicker hands or scooping up that ground ball. It's just creating more time for his other teammates to get there and hopefully get a chance to scoop up the ground ball. Cameron Reed in that scenario right there was just slashing a little too much and got called for it.
Yeah, but again, that physicality still being a presence, something that the Adrian College head coach definitely preached in between the quarters and something the defense has really taken to heart. But unfortunately, just got a little too greedy on that one with the slashing. As Adrian's defense looks like they are going to win it back, and they're going to work their way back into their offensive half. And, I mean, you said it last time, but a goal here would help tremendously with the momentum, would help with, just everything they have going on right now. And they have the time. They just need to find their composure, work their way around their net, and play their game. They're a high-scoring team, too. This is a team that averages 11.2 goals per game, but today have only found the back of the net once, that being on the first offensive possession of the day.
Right. Right now they're just going to waste time, try to run this penalty out for themselves and try to get even playing field back. Austin Selvage is just going to carry it behind, and now they will be even.
Adrian, as you said, no longer a man down, working their way around the net. Have the opportunity to find the net as they work towards it. A little shove in the back, but passes off, shot on, but finding the side of the net, not the back of the net, where Adrian was hoping that ball to go, and the ball will remain or go back, to the Kenyon possession as they work their way forward. But I think they're better ball movement, right? I mean, you got the shot off, you got a dangerous opportunity. Good defensive play there as they work their way up the field on a fast break.
Michael
And
Jonas,
they're
there
going
we
to
go.
score. Number 29, Michael Jonas, is going to find the back of the net, putting 2 goals on the board for the Bulldogs. And what did you see there that was encouraging for the offense?
So we look back at this replay, just fantastic defense by Michael Jonas on the right back. A.J. Hayes there just for the scoop. Ground ball and just easy find to Michael Jonas and just wide open net.
Yeah, Michael Jonas with his 23rd goal on the season, leading this team by a large margin in points and goals, and just all around being, as you said, leading even the MIAA in scoring this season.
I mean, that just showed who he is as a player. With that ride back on defense, he got the ball on the ground, then he hustled all the way back up to the goal and got it himself.
Yeah, selfless play there by Michael Jonas, and ended up getting him the glory and the goal on the same possession. Adrian does get possession back immediately after the face-off.
Yeah, there was a face-off violation there.
Yeah, as they look to slow things down. And they work their way towards goal again. A little bit of momentum on their side. A goal and then an instant possession afterwards. And we'll see if Adrian, with 50 seconds left on the shot clock, can go make something happen.
You see Jonas telling Riley Edwards where to go because Jonas has got the short stick on him, so he knows he can take him one-on-one, but just loses it there.
Adrian does regain possession overall, though, and continue on the attack with 37 seconds left on the shot clock, working their way behind the net.
They're going to do it one more time if they can. Just a bad pick there by Alec Winiger. Just switched up the short stick and defender. They probably wanted Jonas to stick on that short stick, but now we're going to get a chance for Winiger here.
20 seconds left. Jonas with the opportunity, but couldn't quite corral the ball as they fight for it, but Kenyon is going to regain possession as goalkeeper Adam Hall is going to get possession, and Kenyon's going to work their way back out the field. Feels like a missed opportunity there for Adrian.
Yeah, I definitely think so. They had opportunities there. Jonas just trying to find something on the other side of the crease, and just good defense pressure there by Kenyon.
Yeah, something we've seen all day is strong defense from Kenyon, high pressure. Like you've said, something the Bulldogs aren't really adept to dealing with, right? It's not something they've had to deal with all season, something Kenyon does very well. They've given them a taste of their own medicine here in the second quarter, but unfortunately hasn't quite been enough to get themselves back in the game just yet. But they are working extremely hard on defense and did find the goal very recently. But Kenyon continues to be dangerous on the offensive side of the ball. A shot on and a good deflection there, but I believe will remain Kenyon ball with 23 seconds on the clock. Kenyon working their way behind the goal. Looking for a pass all the way back around the 35. Taking some physical contact and a good save there as Kenyon will regain possession with just 8 seconds remaining. They're going to have to get a shot off here really quickly if they want to maximize this possession. And they're going to attempt it, but it will lead it to not the most dangerous of shots as Adrian works their way back up the offensive side of the field.
Yeah, really good standout defense by Adrian, wasting that whole 80 seconds and not even letting a shot off. So good job by the Bulldogs, and here we go with a chance.
Yeah, we've seen that twice now defensively for the Bulldogs recently where the whole clock is used, that shot being saved, and Adrian going back on the defense. But the last 2 defensive possessions, we've seen that clock run out. Adrian's used the entirety of that clock and haven't really allowed too many dangerous opportunities in the last few minutes as 24 seconds remain in the second quarter in the first half of this game. Score being 10-2 in favor of the Kenyon Owls, as it looks like Kenyon is probably going to take this down as close as they can to 0 and get a shot off right as time is about to expire. 6-5-4. Adrian wins it back.
Good defense by Cam Reed.
And that is going to do it for the first half here at Docking Stadium as the Kenyon Owls lead the Adrian Bulldogs 10-2. Pat, what did you see in that second half that encouraged you?
A lot better by Adrian overall, I feel like. I mean, I know they only got 1 goal up on the board, but they had a lot more possessions on the offensive side, a lot more chances. Then on the defensive side, they just they just stood up more. They were more physical throughout the entire quarter. I bet you could agree with me on that. I feel like that Adrian, they just need to start getting their chances. They just need to start putting the goal in the back of the net.
Yeah, exactly. So it is halftime. Final score of the first half being 10 in favor of the Kenyon Owls and 2 for the Adrian College Bulldogs. We're going to take a break and return after the break.
As you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define your college years, you stand today, students, on the threshold of one of the most magical times in your life.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds, gut out a last-line shift, will their team to victory, hit a grand slam in the bottom of the ninth, and be a part of a legend in the making. Think you have what it takes to become a Bulldog? Visit adrian.edu to learn more.
Adrian College is a pinpoint like no other. With our 77 undergraduate degrees, 47 majors, and 21 broad fields of study, Adrian has a one-of-a-kind, hands-on learning experience for everyone. Do you want to visit the campus of Adrian College in person? Visit adrian.edu/campus-visit. Again, that's adrian.edu/campus-visit. Come take in the beautiful facilities at Adrian College for yourself.
April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends."
Welcome back to Docking Stadium, home of the Adrian College Bulldogs, for your contest between the Kenyon Owls, and the Adrian College Bulldogs. We're set to kick off for the second half. My name is Anthony Ryder, joined by Patrick Smith. And Patrick, what did you see in the first half from the Bulldogs?
So from Adrian, very slow start. You know, Kenyon's throwing good pressure on. They're hyped up. They're ready to go. They're ready to continue this thing. But Adrian needs to come out all prepared with a new mindset. They need to know that they're still in this game, which they are. I mean, 8 goals, 30 minutes. That's plenty of time to get back into this thing. They just need stops. They need goals, and they need to maintain possession.
Yeah, and Kenyon, the first half really dominating. 10 goals to 2, 8 assists to 1, 22 shots to 14 from Adrian, but a lot of those 14 shots coming in the second quarter opposed to the first. You have ground balls in favor. You have saves actually being the same. And then Kenyon, of course, having the massive goal differential. But the second quarter was a big improvement from the first, and I think we're all hoping to see a big improvement on the third quarter from the second. Adrian was much better defensively in that second quarter, and hopefully the offense can match it in the third quarter.
Right, looking at these stats right now, Kenyon first half it's now 13 for 14 on faceoffs.
Yeah, pretty dominant there from Kenyon.
That just says it all right there.
Yeah, and we talked about it earlier in the broadcast, right? Faceoffs are a lot when it comes to winning, right? It determines your winner most of the time, and if you're going to win 13 of the 14 faceoffs, you're probably going to put yourself in a good position to be up early and continue to stay up. Well, the first half leaders from this contest for the Bulldogs, the 2 goal scorers being Michael Jones as well as Jake Coakley, while the leaders for Kenyon are David Chintala and Joe Boswell with 2 goals each. Adrian does make a good defensive stop and works their way up on the offensive side of the field as they will look to retain possession and find their way back into the net. As you said, plenty of time to get your 8 goals, plenty of time to get back in this game, but it's going to start with composure, not turning the ball over, ideally, and looks like we're going to see a stoppage here.
Not too sure what the call was on that, but it's going to go back to Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian will retain possession. And they'll work their way around. Shot on. And shot scored by number 16, Brent Kochenes. And Adrian, first to score in this half.
Yeah, we just look at it. Brett almost, he gave it to Coakley, not knowing there was a defender back up behind him, but good heads-up play by Jake Coakley. Noticed the double team coming to him. Brett, nice job by sliding on up towards the goal. Wide open, just nice, easy step down on Adam Hall. Now the Bulldogs were slowly working their way back.
Yeah, first goal of the half, building that momentum. Hopefully Cameron Reed can put a little bit of pressure on this face-off and potentially win it back for the Bulldogs, but I can't think of a better way for the Bulldogs to start. A defensive stand and then a quick goal. We are 1 minute, 30 seconds into this half, and the Bulldogs are, at the half, leading 1-0 in the third quarter, which is exactly what they need to do. A good momentum shifter, a good morality build. It just helps them get back into this game. And now they got to find their composure on defense yet again, get a takeaway, and hopefully double up and get 2 goals early to find their way back into this game. Kenyon, though, being patient as they have been all game, working their way around. 40 seconds left on the shot clock here, but forcing a little bit of a backpedal by Kenyon. Slip.
Right.
Adrian's going to win the ball back.
Good defense by Adrian.
Yeah, way to stay patient and
They
win
need
that
to
ball
push
back.
it right here. Now you want to settle things down. Good heads-up play by Kenyon to get their defenders back and stay nice and strong, not to let anything slid up and any Adrian offensive players to get open. Good job by Kenyon.
Yeah, very advantageous play there as Kenyon slipped and lost the ball. Adrian very quick to react and going back on the offensive side of the ball. And now have a good opportunity as the shot goes behind the net, but will remain with the Adrian College Bulldogs as they find their way back into the game. And shot on, but saved by the Kenyon keeper, that being the Bulldogs' leading goal scorer taking that shot, Michael Jonas.
Good box out by Michael Jonas right there to let Trent Garcia get the ground ball, and Adrian maintains possession with the reset on the 60-second shot clock.
Yeah, Jonas has the ball, decides to give it to a teammate as they work around the attacking side of the field. Shot on.
Let's go Chenis again.
Goalkeeper looks like he lost the ball for the moment.
We're going to get a loose ball push on Kenyon, push Michael Jonas right into the crease, so it's going to maintain Adrian ball, and once again, another reset on the shot clock.
Yeah, Adrian having a nice long offensive possession here. And they've yet to score, but taking some time off the clock, regaining some composure, and staying patient are all the things we talked about.
Right, this is really good from Adrian right now. Just keep getting these chances, keep working this clock down.
Yeah, be selective with your shots, be strategic, and eventually you're going to get the open opportunity. Adrian looking here, but staying patient, retreating behind the net. He'll go in for a second opportunity. Shot on. And again, scored by number 2, Trenton Garcia. And the Bulldogs have outscored Kenyon 2-0 in this half.
Yeah, they're firing on all cylinders right now, defensively and offensively. If we look at this right here, Austin Selvage is going to get the ball at back of the net because he has the short stick on him. Tries to take him one-on-one. Not the best angle, but a good rebound. Heads-up play by Trent Garcia. Just finds it behind all the Kenyon players and just easy dump to cut this deficit to 6.
Yeah, and we're 4-10 now in this game, which, might not sound like the greatest score, but 2-0 in this half. And the Bulldogs are playing so much better in every aspect of the game. Cam Reed there, winning not necessarily winning the faceoff, but putting the pressure on and getting possession back for Adrian. They've had back-to-back good defensive stands, back-to-back good offensive possessions, back-to-back goals to open this half, and now they're back on the offense again as they work their way into the offensive side of the field. And they're going to remain patient. They're going to take their time with 60 seconds left on this clock. And they just got to pretty much repeat what they did last time. All the things we've talked about, staying patient, being selective. Shot on, but falls outside wide of the net. Adrian is going to regain possession, however. But we are going to see a stoppage here as Kenyon will regain possession.
Yeah, Michael Jonas stepped in the crease there.
As Kenyon will work their way forward. The Owls currently leading 10-4, but the Dogs on a 2-0 run on goal to open this half. Kenyon working their way behind the net with the ball movement that we've talked so highly about all game. And they're going to stay patient. Adrian's going to let them work their way outside and hopefully make another good defensive stand as Kenyon works towards the goal behind the net. But a misplaced pass is going to find them back. Kenyon does regain possession, but opportunity missed there in front of net.
Right, yeah, Kenyon's moving the ball really well right now, getting defenders moving. They had open chances so many times already this possession, and just miscues on themselves, throwing these bad passes, but Adrian just got lucky right there. Nice foot save by Ethan Krupp, and here's Brandon Horoff with a nice little swim dodge.
Yeah, working their way into the offensive side of the field. They're going to have an opportunity to get their third goal of the half. Shot on, but a really good save there by the Kenyon keeper, Adam Hall, will get Kenyon the ball back, as Kenyon looks to be under more pressure than the Bulldogs right now.
Yeah, I mean, right there on that play for Jake Coakley, that was just not the best decision to shoot it from 20 yards out on a outstanding goaltender like Adam Hall's been playing so far all today. He's a freshman out of Grand Rapids, Michigan, and like I'm saying, a Kenyon freshman playing goalkeeper here at this college is just outstanding. This school is known for winning. They're known for getting to the NCAA tournament. They're known for winning conference championships. So for Adam Hall to come into Kenyon and start out as the freshman goaltender is pretty big thing.
Yeah, speaks to how special he is as a player. And we've seen that today. He's made several big plays for the Owls defensively and is a big part why they've only allowed 4 goals up to this point. But Adrian offensively has really started to find their stride here in the second half as they look to go up yet again. 30 seconds left on the shot clock. Adrian remaining patient as looking for the shot but didn't quite find the right opportunity as Adrian will retreat and reset. 19 seconds left on the shot clock, working their way behind the net. Adrian will look for an opportunity as team leading goal scorer takes the shot, but it does fall outside. Adrian will have 60 seconds as the clock is reset.
Yeah, now they're going to want to settle things down again.
And they're going to regain possession and have a full minute left on the clock now.
I don't know what Trent Garcia was just thinking, but he might have thought that the shot clock did not get reset. We're going to get a discussion here by the refs on if it was supposed to be reset. But Garcia just thought it was expiring, so he chucked it to the other side of the corner.
Yeah. Potentially a miscommunication here. And I believe Kenyon is going to get possession. The refs are continuing to talk about it. But like you said, just kind of that miscommunication, not necessarily realizing that the shot clock had reset and making the smart play if time expires. But with the minute left, you feel like that could be something that comes back to bite the Bulldogs.
Right, I was not expecting the shot clock to be reset because I did not believe it hit off of a player, but I mean, it looks like it's supposed to be reset, and now they're going to give the ball back to Adrian.
Adrian will regain possession with 52 seconds on the shot clock, so now you had a little time to sit. Everybody knows the situation. Everybody's on the same page. Like you said, good opportunity to slow it down and get another goal in this game. You have a full minute now of possession yet again. You're not rushed for time. You're not forced to take an unlikely shot. You have as much time as you need to work the ball around the field and find the right shot.
I think so they are going to put 8 seconds back on the shot clock. So it's not a reset, and it's not Kenyon's ball. It's going to be Adrian with 8 seconds left. They might try to do something right here. They're just going to get double teamed. He's got to get a shot off. He does, and he gets a goal out of it.
As the shot clock expires, they get their 5th goal on the day. And really a last-second shot opportunity there.
That was execution. You take a look back at this replay. Michael Jonas just gets doubled. Good job getting out of it back behind. And then as time was expiring on the shot clock, Garcia got it off in time. And now we got a 5-goal game.
Yeah. Now, Kenyon did take a timeout, so we are going to go to a quick break, but don't go anywhere as we'll return with more Bulldogs hockey after the break. Whoops.
Adrian College is looking for leaders, student athletes with the tenacity to keep the Bulldogs at the top, the forefront, in and out of the classroom. The Bulldogs are looking for talent, character, hard work, grit, leaders who can electrify sold-out crowds.
Welcome back, everybody, to Docking Stadium, home of the Adrian College Bulldogs, for your lacrosse contest between the Adrian College Bulldogs and the Kenyon Owls. We are just a few minutes into this second half, and the Bulldogs are firing on all cylinders, going 3-0 in this second half already, with Trent Garcia getting his second goal just moments ago and cutting the Kenyon lead in half yet again. We have a 5-goal game after being down 7-1 in the first quarter, and the Bulldogs are firing.
Right, yeah, they're just all over the place right now. They're flying around the field. I mean, Kenyon just got the ball back right there, but overall, through this first half of this third quarter, Adrian's had mostly all the possession, and they're making the most out of it. Yeah, and they've done
Really exactly what you've said before the game, right? They're retaining possession. They are now at this point not winning faceoffs, but being very aggressive on faceoffs. And even if they lose the original, they continue to fight and gain possession very quickly after. They're just playing so much better defensively. They are being more physical defensively. And in this half, specifically in this third quarter, they have been much more efficient in front of net. As a great save there by Adrian, but Kenyon will retain possession with 40 seconds remaining.
Someone needs to pick him up.
Great save there, but Kenyon will retain. As Kenyon's going to look to slow it down. Ball back at the 35-yard line as Kenyon stays patient, but the Bulldogs are going to pressure a little bit. Kenyon loses the ball, and Adrian ends up winning it back as goalkeeper Ethan Krupp is a little ways out of net, but helps the Bulldogs get possession and get into the offensive attacking position as Adrian works their way behind the net.
Yeah, right there. Adrian had a chance to push transition with Jack Messel. I don't know what he was thinking, but he had the wide open space in front of him. He could have gotten that ball right back if he continued to cut into the crease and had a chance to score.
Yeah, potential missed opportunity, but Adrian does regain possession or retain possession and is going to continue to stay patient. And they've done this very well in the second half. They've moved the ball much better. They've had better spacing. They've had better timing. They've been more selective. Everything has been much better in the second half on both sides of the ball for Adrian. A shot there is saved by Kenyon goalkeeper Adam Hall. And Kenyon will retain possession. Adrian not quite able to capitalize, but continuing to put pressure on net.
Yeah, that was a good chance right there by Alec Winiger, number 8, transfer out of Western Michigan University. But I'm just thinking that might have been a little too far out of his comfort zone. That might have been a 15-yard shot, but here we're going to get a loose ball push on Camry, going to stick with Kenyon.
Yeah, Kenyon going to get possession back. Clock resets to 80, and they're going to have a full possession length to try to regain a little bit of momentum in this game. Adrian really taking it for themselves in this quarter as they have scored 3 goals to Kenyon's 0. And this half specifically, Adrian has dominated. They've been the better team in the second half so far, haven't allowed a goal, have scored 3 of their own, pulled themselves back into this game, and just continue to work very hard, playing physical defensively, playing fast offensively, making the right decisions, and really doing everything the right way to get back in this game. Shot on, I believe, just outside the post, but Kenyon will retain possession. 40 seconds on the shot clock with Kenyon's opportunity. Kenyon passing the ball back to the 35-yard line, switching field as they work their way forward, looking for a shot and a pass.
That was Chase McCarty trying to find it inside, but it was a good look. Not a good shot there by Rowan Golden. Tried to get the angle on Ethan Krupp, just couldn't find it.
Yeah, Krupp with a good save to gain Adrian their possession back as they work their way into their offensive half. Did not score the last 2 possessions, but have been much more efficient in front of goal this half than the first. As they work their way behind the net, staying patient, looking for the right opportunity. Highly placed pass is going to fall to the Kenyon attackers as they have an opportunity for a fast break shot on, but the ball does go outside as Ethan Krupp keeps his clean sheet for the second half at the moment. 70 seconds on the Kenyon possession as they find their way back into play. Ball back at the 40-yard line, switching field and continuing to have great ball movement. As we've mentioned previously, Kenyon very good at that. As you said, Kenyon perennially one of the top lacrosse teams in their conference, winning championships, winning their conference, going to the NCAA tournament. A great program here for Adrian to face off against, and we've seen exactly why. That ball movement and shot selection has been very good this game. Looks like they try to get a shot off, and goalkeeper Ethan Krupp did try to get there, but it will remain Kenyon possession with 33 seconds remaining. Kenyon has a little bit of time on this possession to get a shot off, but not the full 60 seconds that they would appreciate.
Yeah, so far good job by Adrian's defense this possession. They're staying strong right now. I mean, Kenyon's getting very good looks, but I just don't think they're placing the ball where they want on Krupp. Here's another good look. That skipped almost into the goal, and that's just going to be an unforced turnover as I believe that's number 29, Colin McCarthy, just tried to force it inside and just slip past him.
Yeah, and Adrian's going to get possession back here with the clock resetting to 80, and Adrian unfortunately turning the ball over right there. Looks like he didn't quite get the pass the way he wanted it. Kenyon will go back on the attack, gaining a little bit of momentum. Hopefully Adrian can stand strong here. But Kenyon is going to get back on the board as number 22, David Chintala, is going to get his third goal of the game. And Kenyon is going to work their way back, increasing their lead by 11-6. Patrick, what did you see here?
It was just fast ball movement. They had numbers, Kenyon did. It was, I think, a 5-on-4 or 5-on-3 at that point. Just nice, easy ball movement. Chintala, good move to come back inside, do a nice little question mark to kind of get Krupp moving on his feet and just place it low on him. But that's Chintala's, I believe, 24th point this year, leading Kenyon.
Yeah, and kind of an unforced turnover there by Adrian. If you're Adrian, you have to feel like that's kind of a missed opportunity, right? You get possession back, an unforced turnover turns into a goal, and all the momentum you had, not gone, but certainly Kenyon gaining some of that back in their own right. As Kenyon works into the offensive half, they have 60 seconds on the shot clock. They will work their way back behind the net yet again and stay patient as the Kenyon midfielders work their way into the attack. Kenyon ball back by the 35 as they look to switch field. Staying patient. Adrian looking to stay very sound on defense, not allowing a shot yet. But Kenyon continuing to move the ball very proficiently. Kenyon working their way in with a little move. Looking for a shot, but Adrian making it very tough on him. As that ball is going to go, I believe, off the crossbar. Unlucky shot there for Kenyon, but they are going to regain possession as the shot clock resets.
Yeah, that was really nice by Kenyon. They just got everything moving really fast and had that backside open for number 22, David Chintala once more. And yeah, just lucky break there for the Bulldogs for that thing to hit off the crossbar.
Yeah, looking for a shot again. I believe goes wide outside the goal, and Adrian is going to gain possession back here. What does Adrian have to do here to kind of get their momentum back? Well, the quarter expires. My apologies, I was not watching the clock. But third quarter over. Adrian played much better in the third quarter than the second, played better in the second than the first. What have they done over the last two quarters to continue to improve and get back in this game?
Well, it's just been stopping them, I think, at this point. I mean, what, one goal the entire quarter right there? Yeah. So I think right now defensively they're standing up really strong. They're getting the stops they want, which is, I think, getting their mindset on the offensive side. Okay, we got this. We can put some goals in the back of the net. We're getting the stops we want on defense. And, we're getting back into this thing slowly but surely.
Yeah. Score here at the end of the third. Kenyon College 11, Adrian College 5. And we'll be back after the short intermission. back to Docking Stadium, home of the Adrian College Bulldogs. My name is Anthony Ryder, joined by Patrick Smith on this great sunny and cold day in Adrian as we have a lacrosse game between the Kenyon Owls and the Adrian College Bulldogs. Patrick, what did you see in the third quarter?
A lot more composure from Adrian. As I mentioned before the break, they just slowed things down. They got stops on defense. I think going forward right now, they're just going to need to keep up that stoppage on defense. 15 minutes left in the game. They can't allow any more goals right now. They need to start putting up their own goals, and right here we might get another one by Kenyon. And a good save by Krupp.
Yeah, as we talked about, though, that third quarter, really an opportunity to get your feet under you, kind of gain a little bit of momentum, and that's exactly what they did, scoring 3 goals to the Kenyon 1. They worked their way back into this game. It is a 6-goal game. It is a little bit of a hurdle to overcome, but not something that's insurmountable, right? Something that the Adrian College Bulldogs can do, as you said, if they continue to be efficient on offense and not allow a goal on defense. It's going to take a lot of work, but this game is certainly not over for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, no, certainly. I was watching Adrian against, I believe it was Capital University or it was against Swanee previous games ago, and I was watching on the stream, and Adrian scored 3 goals in 21 seconds. Anything's possible in the game of lacrosse. You can score right off the bat multiple times. So 6 goals is nothing right now for Adrian.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before. Adrian, a pretty high-scoring team, averaging 11.2 goals per game. And they're a high-scoring team in their own right. They've scored double-digit goals in every single game and have yet to score less than 12 in a single game all season. So we know they can put up points. And as you said, they've scored 3 goals in 21 seconds before, so we know they can do it quickly. It's just a matter of getting the right looks, getting the right shots, and being smart with your possessions. As that shot is saved by Kenyon, and Kenyon will get possession back. Adrian going to need a strong defensive stand here, as 1 minute already gone in this final quarter. But Adrian's looked really good in the second half. They have outshot, they have outscored Kenyon, they've played better defense, and overall, they've looked like the better team here in the second half. Kenyon works their way behind the goal, continuing the ball movement that they've done all day. Back at the 35, and slowing it down a little bit for a midfield switch, as Kenyon will switch the field and look to go on the attack, looking to be aggressive for an opportunity behind the net as they continue to move the ball, looking for the opportunity to get a shot off.
That was a good heads-up play by Jack Messo to get a stick up in the air. What you want to do as a long pull, get those stick in those passing lanes, get those chances like what just happened, getting those knockdowns, and now Adrian's going to have the chance, but it looks like Ethan Krupp just forced it down towards the other side of the field.
Yeah, opportunity wasted there by Adrian as they had possession, but as you said, Krupp kind of forcing it down there, trying to make a play, and just didn't quite work out in his favor. But Kenyon will get possession back at the 45-yard line, and they are going to look to work their way forward. And Kenyon ending that first quarter with a goal. They have a little bit of momentum coming into it, but Adrian having a lot to stand behind as well, having a really good third quarter, playing really well defensively for the last 2 quarters, and so far here have yet to allow a shot in 3 minutes. But just overall, Adrian needs to just keep doing what they're doing. They're playing strong defense, but at some point you got to start taking some aggressive plays and trying to get back in this game.
Right, I think in that third quarter, they really started to play Bulldog lacrosse. That's what we've been seeing in the past previous games where they've come out victorious. Not the games where they lost, obviously, but I think going forward in future games and the rest of this game, they need to start playing like they were in that third quarter. Great on defense, great on offense, all over the offensive side, right there, Cam Reed playing physical. I just think they need to keep this going the rest of the season, and they should be fine. Yeah,
that's something Cam Reed's done all day is play physical. He's been really the defensive and physical presence all day for the Bulldogs defense, and he's given them a lot of opportunities. Bulldogs work their way forward as the lines look to change. Adrian regaining possession but retreating back to the 40-yard line. They will switch the field up to the 20 and looking for an opportunity. Pass back in front of net, but no opportunity there for Adrian. They'll look to continue to move the ball around as the ball is back out at the 20. Thought about a pass, but decided to go inside. Risky pass there, but shot off. And it looks like a good save there from Kenyon goalkeeper Adam Hall. Kenyon will regain possession as a flag is thrown, I believe, on the Bulldogs. But Kenyon will keep possession and keep moving forward.
Yeah, I mean, this pillar right here is blocking me, but I couldn't see what Michael Jonas just did to number 36, Jackson Rudo, but nobody was liking what he did. But
no, Kenyon voiced their disagreement with what he did, and apparently the ref agreed because the flag was thrown. And we'll likely hear what that was in the coming moments. But Kenyon on the attack and shoots and scores, making it 12-5 for the Kenyon Owls. Good ball movement, good ball placement, and the shot goes in the back of the net. Kenyon regaining a little bit of their momentum as they make it 12-5 in favor of the Owls.
Yep, Jason McCarty with the goal. That was just easy ball movement around up top. Nice little split dodge right to left, passed it back up top, and then just found McCarty right there for the one-timer. Now they're up by 7.
Yeah, Adrian losing a little bit of the momentum that they gained in the third quarter as they did allow the first goal in this one. As you said, every goal now means so much more because they have an opportunity. They can score goals at a high rate, but they need to stop allowing the goals to go in their side of the net. And unfortunately, one goes in there. And at this point, in a 6-goal, now 7-goal contest, every goal means more because you have the opportunity, you had the momentum, and now it's swinging back in the way of the Owls. Kenyon will work their way up the field as they work their way behind the net of Adrian, continuing to stay patient with 57 seconds left on the shot clock. Low pass, but corralled by Kenyon as they work around the perimeter of the Adrian College defense, looking to get a shot off or a pass. That pass initially dropped but gathered by Kenyon as they work their way back around the perimeter. Looking to be aggressive here, work their way inside, shot on, but shot saved by the Adrian College Bulldogs. Kenyon will regain possession as the clock resets to 60. Kenyon with possession now, once again working on their ball movement at the 40-yard line. They work their way inside, looking for a shot on, but shot saved. Again, Kenyon will retain possession for the third time, and the clock will reset to 60 yet again.
Yeah, good job by Ethan Krupp right there, just getting down and low, just beating the shot out by himself and making the nice, easy save.
Yeah, and he's made, unfortunately, the goal goes in there, but he's made quite a few big saves in this second half. Kind of was a big part of Adrian College working their way back into this game, but unfortunately that one there is going to find the back of the net, making it 13-5.
Yeah, let's take another look at this. Just a one-on-one on Cam Reed, just beats him with the few spin dodges there and just gets underneath him and beats Krupp with the stick side shot.
Yeah, unfortunately for Adrian, that one might just put it out of reach. Again, this team can score goals very quickly, but Kenyon has made it very difficult on the Bulldogs today. Looks like they're going to have another new face-off man coming in, getting a few reps.
See, I would normally say it's not out of reach yet with 8:30 and down by 8, but I just feel like Adrian's been too slow today with scoring goals. I mean, they've had so many chances, and they've had good chances, good looks, but I just feel like it's been too slow so far, and I just think right now that's 8 minutes is not enough time to get 8 goals.
Yeah, and full credit to Kenyon. I mean, they've played very strong defense. They've allowed opportunities, but also have gotten quite a few big defensive turnovers. And when it matters most, they've tightened up on defense. They did allow the 3-0 run at the start of the third quarter, but since then have yet again regained their defensive composure and played very well for the most part. Getting back to what they did very well in the first half, which is ball possession, which is ball placement, is being selective with your shots and finding the back of the net a couple of times. Kenyon will regain possession and work their way. Shot on and sneaks just outside the net of the Adrian College Bulldogs. 45 seconds left on the shot clock, and Kenyon will go back at it. Passing behind the net and around the perimeter of the defense. Looking for an opportunity, but one not available just yet. A high pass there is going to go out, but possession's going to go to the Bulldogs as they work their way back on offense. And they're going to have an opportunity to go get a goal back on Kenyon. Ball currently with Ethan Krupp, the goalkeeper, as he works his way up the field.
Good heads-up play by A.J. Hayes to scream for Krupp because he was wide open.
Yeah, good play, good positioning, and as you said, good call to get that there. Adrian works their way behind the Kenyon net. And as you said, we've talked all day about them being slow, being, having good ball movement, being patient, but now's the time you got to pick it up. Now's the time that you have to get shots on net any way that you can, even if it's a little bit riskier than you would like. But if you want to get back in this game, you're going to have to score a couple of goals quick. And Adrian, as you said, has been pretty slow today and just hasn't really been as efficient scoring as they have been in games previously.
Here's just good defense by Kenyon, just double teaming quick, fast to the ball, and now they're going to get it back.
Yeah, Adrian turning the ball over there. And Kenyon working their way on the offensive side of the ball. Working their way around the defense with that ball movement. Looked like he thought about taking a shot there, but had second thoughts about it as he finds a teammate back around the 40-yard line. Kenyon continues to pass around the Adrian College defense, but Adrian staying strong and composed in the center, not allowing too many opportunities and preventing the shot attempt early. 45 seconds left on the shot clock for Kenyon. Looking for an opportunity to get in on goal as they find the ball behind the net. It will go out of bounds and will go to the Bulldogs. 5 minutes and 51 seconds remain on the clock here for the Bulldogs as they regain possession and work their way up the field. Adrian into the offensive half with a good run here from number 17, A.J. Hayes. As Adrian will find their way behind the net. The lines will rotate and we'll get a couple new midfielders on. Adrian working across the field behind the net. Shot on. And I believe saved. And will go to Kenyon. 5 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. Excuse me, Adrian College regains possession.
Yeah, that was a good move by Jonas there, just getting around the defender. I mean, that's what he's been doing all year. I mean, against Capital, he racked up 7 goals in just that game alone. And, Adrian came out with the defeat, but nonetheless, Jonas has been playing fantastic this year so far. But props to Kenyon today. They've allowed him to, I believe, 1 goal so far. And, it just says it all.
Yeah, there's not too many negative things to say there about Michael Jonas. The leading goal scorer in the MIAA, racking up goals, the team's leading goal scorer. He has one today and almost had a shot there. Had an opportunity there again for the potential goal. But he's just a great offensive player for this team. And when this team is hot and when he's hot, this team has a chance to beat anybody.
Right. He's only a sophomore. He's out of West Ottawa, Michigan, which is over in Holland. But, like last year, he was working alongside Chris French, Peyton Gashy, who I mentioned earlier, were leaders in the MIAA for almost all 4 years of their college career. And at a halfway point of last year, Jonas was outscoring them, which was outstanding. And, this kid has just got a bright future on him, just already leading the MIAA in his sophomore year. I just can't wait to watch him in these next 2 years.
Yeah, timeout here from Kenyon. So we're going to take a short break, and then we'll return for some Bulldogs lacrosse. Welcome back to Docking Stadium, home of the Adrian College Bulldogs. We have 4 minutes and 6 seconds left in the men's lacrosse contest between Kenyon College and Adrian College. Kenyon currently leading 13-5 with 4:06 remaining in the game. Adrian had a little bit of a run in the third quarter, finding their way back into it, but Kenyon very recently putting this game almost out of reach with 2 mid to late goals in the fourth quarter. Score currently sits at 13-5, and Kenyon has possession and an opportunity to get their 14th goal of the game, working their way behind the net with 30 seconds left, and they are going to find the back of the goal, putting 14 on the Bulldogs here with 3 minutes and 35 seconds remaining. And Kenyon's just been phenomenal today. I mean, offensively, they've been great. Patrick, what did you see here?
Once we get the ball in the shot, there we go. Back behind X. Yeah, I mean, it was just a simple cut there. I believe that was number 43, I believe, Nathan Kisla. I mean, it was just a simple cut by him. Just not good heads-up awareness by Adrian, because you got to keep that head on a swivel. You got to keep looking back and forth, make sure your defender's on you, look at the ball, look back at the defender, and I mean that's the key on defense. You gotta keep your head up. You gotta keep being aware, and just right there, it was just too easy for Kenyon to get that nice little cut and one-time finish on Krupp.
Yeah, and we've seen Adrian's defense be much better after the first quarter. I mean, they gave up 7 goals to start, and then since then they've played really well. But a couple late-game mistakes, a couple late-game miscommunications, as Adrian's going to get the ball back here. But a couple late-game miscommunications really led to Kenyon putting this game away late. And we do have 3 minutes and 27 seconds remaining. Adrian potentially having the opportunity to get a goal or 2 back. But Adrian fought very hard today. I mean, they've played a good game. They clearly got better from the first quarter on. They got better as the game went on. Kenyon, as you said earlier, just a phenomenal program, a team that competes every year for the NCAA tournament and the conference championship. And Adrian did put up a fight. They continue to fight, as they even continue to right now as they move the ball behind the net. But a good performance by Adrian. They need to work on some offensive things, but they got better. They played some physical defense, and they made quite a few big plays today.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you right there. I mean, yeah, like it started off very slow. There's a shot that gets off the crossbar. But, I mean, overall, yeah, this second half has just been better, I feel like, for Adrian. I mean, this fourth quarter was a little iffy here and there, but I think that third quarter really stood out. I mean, outscoring them 3-1, 4-1.
Yeah.
And, you know, I just think if they play that way the rest of the season, like that third quarter, they'll be fine. But yeah, unfortunate loss today. I know Kenyon is a outstanding program, but Adrian's on the hunt.
Yeah, I think that second and third quarter really showed that, you know, when they're playing their game, Adrian can compete with anybody. They can compete with some of the best programs in the NCAA and go toe-to-toe with anybody, outscoring some of the best programs out there. But, you know, just, again, outstanding program here at Kenyon, a great team, a great competitive group. And they're going to improve to 6-0. But Adrian, after a really hard out-of-conference schedule, should be pretty well prepared for the MIAA.
Yeah, next week, Kenyon has Albion, which Albion is a part of the MIAA with Adrian, who Adrian will see later in the season. But Kenyon's going to have a test next weekend when they go over to Albion. Getting those two mixed up a little bit, but no, Albion's a outstanding program. They usually lead the MIAA over Hope and Adrian, but no, Kenyon is in a very, very tough conference, the NCAC, with Denison, who is also another powerhouse program, and now Adrian. We're gonna get a moving screen, I believe. But as I was saying, Adrian in the MIAA, the past few years, they've been at the bottom, 6 or 7 or 5. But last year they finished 3rd. The preseason they were ranked 3rd. You know, Brett Wetzel, he's changing things around, the head coach. Adrian, they have a different mindset that was here 3 or 4 years prior. And I like the way this program is changing.
Yeah, Adrian's certainly a program on the rise, as you said. Last year, I believe they were preseason ranked 7 or 8, and they ended up finishing 3rd. This year, preseason rank of 3rd, and even though that they're 3-3, likely to go to 3-4 at this point, they still have a good opportunity to go out and not only compete, but win the MIAA conference this year. So, I mean, the record as of right now is 3-4. It is a little bit discouraging, but they've showed a lot offensively this season. They've done a lot of good things, and as I said, and as you said, this is a program on the rise. This is a program playing with confidence. They showed today that even though the full game didn't go their way, there were moments and quarters even where they competed with some of the best programs in the country. And I think that even though this game isn't going to go the way of the Bulldogs, they should still have some confidence going into conference play.
Yeah, I think without a doubt they can win the MIAA championship. Without a doubt.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, finish.
I mean, this team, I know they lost by 9 today to a great Kenyon team, but I'm talking a fantastic Kenyon team, and they stuck with them most of the game. Besides that first quarter, things kind of slipped away, but I think just throughout the rest of this game, I mean, Adrian prevailed themselves. They showed who they are and that they can, like you said earlier, compete with the best programs.
Yeah, they showed some resilience for sure. That first quarter didn't go their way, but the second and third quarter they battled back. Kenyon, a very talented program, found a way to win it in the end. Adrian ended up losing this game to Kenyon College 14-5. Tough loss at home for the Bulldogs. My name is Anthony Ryder, joined by Patrick Smith. Any final thoughts before we end today, Patrick?
Just, outstanding work, I think, by Kenyon overall, offensive side, defensive side, and the face-off and goalkeeping. Props to Adam Hall out of Grand Rapids. And then for the Bulldogs, a lot better, as we've been saying, in the third quarter defensively, and they had their chances on the offensive side, getting the shots they wanted. Just couldn't get more into the back than that. Would have been nice to see, but, they got Otterbein upcoming this Saturday at 4 p.m. back in Docking Stadium, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Final score here, 14-5 in favor of the Kenyon Owls. My name is Anthony Ryder, joined by Patrick Smith. Thank you for joining us here for Adrian College Lacrosse.
On Tuesday, April 6, 2021, I was sitting in my office and an email popped into my inbox from someone in your graduating class today. The email said, "Dear President Docking, back in August, I had emailed you in regards to the state of the well-being of the campus community during the COVID spike. At that time, I was incredibly anxious about the prospect of spending my senior year of college sitting at my kitchen table in my hometown trying to finish my seminar projects in the event we switched to all online learning. As I type this email now in April, I cannot describe to you the gratitude that my fellow students and I have for Adrian remaining open on campus for the duration of the school year. I wanted to take the time to thank the Adrian College community, the faculty, the staff, for allowing us to have as normal of a year as possible in a world that simply did not want that to happen. I look forward to walking across the stage in May knowing that I was still able to enjoy time with my friends and the Bulldog community during my senior year. All the best, Max Birmingham, class of 2021. Max, you've got to stand up so we can give you a round of applause. For those of us on this stage, today is one of the most exciting days of the year. We love to see the wonder and anticipation in the eyes of our new students as all of you anxiously await all of the amazing experiences that will define the years ahead.